Hey everyone, Brett here with another Brett's Flix Fast Forward. Okay, so, the Batman. There is a lot to be said about this movie. I cannot talk about everything I want to talk about and have it be succinct and fit within a decent amount of time. So I'm just going to talk about a few key things to keep in mind while watching this impeccably well-made film. Okay? Number one, this movie is not a superhero film. If you go into it expecting constant superhero antics, something along the lines of Zack Snyder's films like Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, or the Marvel films where they are action-oriented based, you are going to be disappointed. Why? Because this movie is so much better than just a regular old superhero movie. It is a dark, noir detective film where Batman is the detective and Riddler is the serial killer.
It's black and blue and dead all over.
This is Seven or Zodiac, but with Batman in it.
What's in the box?
Not till you give me the
What's
gun.
in the fucking box?
It is amazing. It's an incredibly well-structured and crafted film that gives us a Batman that we've always wanted, but we, for some reason, have never truly gotten in cinema.
What are we looking for? More symbols. Jesus, his next victim is Bruce Wayne.
Because one of Batman's biggest things is he's the world's greatest detective, but that has never been an element that the films have focused on. Sure, we've had a little bit of it here and there. Dark Knight did some. Even Batman v Superman, I actually really appreciate how they had a little bit more of the detective element in there. But this is a detective movie.
Forget it, Jake. It's Chinatown.
And it follows the tropes and the structure of a detective film.
It can be cruel, poetic, or blind.
The next thing I want to talk about is the writing, because wow, okay? This is so important to this film, the writing, specifically the thematic writing.
But when it's denied, it's violence you may find.
There is an incredibly subtle theme of fatherhood and family in this film that is never outright stated. But looking at Riddler's past, as portrayed in this film,
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
and his relationship with his parents, combine that with how Catwoman has these unresolved issues with her father.
When I was 7, my mother was murdered. Maybe we're not so different after all.
And then you look at Bruce, who is also an orphan. It's one of the reasons Riddler in the film thinks that they have a connection, because he sees them both as orphans.
I've always loved little puzzles.
But what Riddler and Catwoman did not have, that Bruce had, was Alfred.
Why?
Because I couldn't get you to go there.
I haven't got time for this.
It's getting serious, Bruce. If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care about that. Any of that.
You don't care about your family's legacy.
This film is an incredible example of subtle thematic writing. Watch every single scene with Alfred and Bruce.
What I'm doing is my family's legacy.
And then watch how Catwoman reacts to news about her father. And then compare that to how Riddler talks about his childhood.
Like it or not, it's Riddler's game now.
Looking at these two characters and then looking at Bruce, they're very similar. They all had a family member taken away from them. But where Riddler and Catwoman didn't have anyone to fill in the void and give them any guidance, Bruce had Alfred. And Bruce realizes throughout this film that Alfred is the father that he always needed. And Alfred is the reason he is engaged in this fight for justice.
Who are you under there?
It's really great. It also ties in with his anger and his I am vengeance element of Batman.
I'm vengeance.
We start the movie and he's all vengeance. But then throughout it, as he sees what Riddler's doing, as he sees that Riddler sees the two of them as like blood brothers of some kind, he sees a connection.
I've been trying to reach you.
And then you add the button on there, which is one of Riddler's henchmen saying to Batman, I am vengeance. Batman realizes that being just vengeance is not good enough. And the scene at the stadium where he jumps onto the cable and cuts the cable and falls in the water is Bruce symbolically killing that part of Batman, that vengeance only part of Batman. And when he rises out of the water, he is now a Batman that can be a leader of the people and can be someone that the city actually looks up to as a hero instead of just a vengeful fighter of the night.
If we don't stand up, no one will.
The cast, impeccable. Seriously, I did not think I would like Robert Pattinson as much as I do in the role of Bruce. This is a brooding, dark Bruce Wayne. He's not to the point where we see Christian Bale or Ben Affleck where they're using the Bruce Wayne as a cover for Batman. This Bruce Wayne is all about Batman to the point where he neglects his duties as Bruce and Alfred has to do them for him.
When that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
This is what Michael Keaton was attempting to show as well. It's just a lot more potent here in this film, and it's really, really good. Everyone else is amazing. Zoe Kravitz, ooh.
I can take care of myself.
So much sexual tension in her role between her and Robert, and she just, she kills it. She's perfect. She's so great. Colin Farrell, so surprising as Penguin. I barely even recognized him underneath the makeup. But he channels like Joe Pesci as this like douchey New Yorker gangster guy. It's awesome. And it's actually like funny too. Like it's a comedic element of the film that doesn't like override any of the seriousness in it.
I got you! I got you!
Jeffrey Wright is also a fantastic Gordon, and it's really cool watching Batman and the police actually legitimately work together more than just like one scene.
Police! Hands up!
So this movie really gives you a whole new take on Batman, a very dark, very realistic, and very serious version of the character. One that we have not really seen yet so far, in film at least. This is like the darkest episode of Batman the Animated Series mixed with the Arkham games, and it is glorious.
Whoa!
Take a chance on it. Give Robert a chance, and you will seriously enjoy this film. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It's spectacular. And while The Dark Knight might technically be slightly better made in the technicality portion, this is the better Batman film.
Hear everything they say, ain't you?
And it gives you everything that you wanted to see in a Batman film that we have not seen before. Give it a shot. Go check it out. It is so worth your time.
The bat and the cat. It's got a nice ring.
Until next time, I'm Brett. This is Brett's Flix Fast Forward. Hey, don't forget to check out our other videos on our channel, all right? We got that Anime for Amateurs for one. It's a fun series, all right? So check out our website, The Holy Goof, which is in the comments below. Check out our other videos, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Have a good one.